Hello and welcome back to Sherwood Park Toyota. Today we're looking at a Toyota Highlander XSE in the color black. Let's take a look. Starting up front here underneath the hood, we have a turbocharged 2.4-liter 4-cylinder engine, automatic transmission, gets up to 264 horsepower, 309 pound-foot of torque, towing capacity up to 5,000 pounds, payload up to 1,534. Up front, LED headlights, custom daytime running lights, fog lights down below. Onto the side here, we have the 20-inch black alloy wheels. Side mirrors have integrated turn signals and blind spot monitoring. And on both of your front handles, you'll find these two double lines. We'll talk about that more on the driver's side. Moving back, all of your rear windows come with factory tinting, and up top, we have black roof rails. Approaching the back, on the right-hand side, we have the blacked-out badges for the XSE all-wheel drive trim level badge. Left-hand side, you have your Highlander badge. And then underneath your rear logo is your backup camera. To open up your rear cargo space here, reach underneath of your logo, press the button, and it should automatically rise up for you. Inside here, you have both the second and the third row seating. The second row seating is the independent captain's chair, which means that there is no middle seat space here, which means you can use it for other storage spaces or for movement through back and forth. Third row seating has a 60-40 split, which you can see on the left-hand side here, allowing each side to function independently from one another. If you want to bring the seats upwards, there are little straps on the top corner that you can grab onto and pull up, and then to lay them down flat, if you look, you'll find little trigger releases on the same top outside corners. You can pull on those to release them down. We can take a closer look at the controls for the second row seats when we get up front there. Then in the back, third row seat occupants have plenty of their own storage and cup holder spaces you can see on each side. And if you look, you'll also find these little silver tie-down hooks that exist in each one of the four corners. You can use this to further secure your cargo. We also have one of the JBL speakers in the back here. You have the JBL speaker sound system all throughout this unit with this trim level. Then we also have the Highlander branded rubber matte liner. It goes against the dedicated cargo space and against the back of the third row seats. First off, it is much easier to remove and clean this with any dirt and debris off of it versus that typical clingy carpet interior. It also helps to protect your vehicle from any damage from your cargo and protect your cargo from damage from the vehicle. If you are looking for your spare tire kit, you can look down underneath of this mat. You'll find this little tab. Lift this guy up, and then everything you need will be accessible underneath. You have your toolkit on the left, and then on the right, you'll find this little porthole, and then there are instructions in the back. You use this to access your spare, which is mounted on the bottom. You can also use this for additional storage space, and then there is also this little dedicated space all the way at the back. You'll find these two little latch points. Those are specifically fitted for your interior cargo cover here. So this guy, we have the plastic on it still from the factory, but this unrolls all the way, locks into place on each side with the little hooks, keeps everything covered so that anybody trying to look in through your rear windows can't see what you have stored in the back. This is meant to be able to take it out and can fit underneath of this little false floor in the back so that if you don't want it in there, because as you can see it does interact a bit with the space that you have in front of your third row. So if you don't want to have these seats lay down flat to use this, you can take it out and it will fit perfectly right underneath of your false floor in the back. To close up your space back here, you can reach up to your handle on the right hand side. There's optional kick sensor, or you can just press the electronic button. Next, let's take a look at the inside. Inside, your interior upholstery is the dual tone of the black and the red leatherette, and it has the light gray and black stitching you can see here. As we said, we have independent captain's chair style here, which means that there is no middle seat. As you can see, you can either use it for the storage space, this is kind of dedicated with this little accessory for cup holder and storage. You can also use it as an easy path of travel to get to the third row. If your passengers don't want to have to go in and through to get to the back, there are indeed separate controls you have on the side here which allow you to move both sides of the seats back and forth, lay them down flat for cargo, so on and so forth, so that these seats are still super adjustable to your needs in real time. There is also the armrest you can see on the inside, and then the doors themselves are fitted to act as armrests in the door on the other side where you don't have this independent moving armrest if you would like that feature. Looking forward, on the back of your front passenger and front driver seats, we have pouch storage here. Then we have this independent third zone air conditioning control panel in the back of the console. This controls the air conditioning, so you have your fan speed, your temperature, and your mode for both second and third row occupants. Obviously, you can control it from back here, or you can control it from up front. We'll take a look at that when we get up there. Underneath that is where you have your charger spaces, and we currently have the Highlander rubber mats installed. On the units come with both carpeted and rubber. Then in your door you have your storage spaces, power windows, and then you also have this built-in sunshade. So this little guy comes unlocked, rolls all the way back up top here, and then locks in up top. He helps to keep the sun out of everybody's eyes without impeding too much on the view. And of course, he can just unhook, roll all the way back down, and goes completely flush in with your door frame. Back again now to these two double lines. These guys indicate keyless entry. So if you have the key fob on your person, you can just tap your hand here to lock and unlock your unit. Inside the driver's door, we've got these little metallic highlights. You'll find this all throughout your front cab space. Power windows here for front and back. Window lock, power lock system, side mirror controls, storage spaces. Then, of course, you have power adjustable front seating here, back, front, up, down, lumbar support. You've got your hood and gas release on the bottom left-hand corner. Then you have this little storage compartment. And then you have the controls for your automatic headlamps, power trunk release, heated leather steering wheel, automatic start-stop. Up top is your odometer trip and your dash brightness. Steering wheel is black leather with black stitching. Then, left-hand side, controls for your dash display, hands-free communication, volume control. Right-hand side, radio controls on the bottom, adaptive cruise control up top, including sonar and lane departure. In the middle here is your infotainment display screen. This is where you go to access much of the information about your daily driving experience. Currently, you are looking at your optional navigation. You can choose to connect this through Toyota Connected Services. Under that is your audio listening. So as you can see, AM, FM, satellite radio. Full Bluetooth connectivity includes Android Auto and Apple Carplay, and there's optional USB adapters throughout this unit. In the middle is your phone connectivity. This is to connect your phone to the vehicle via Bluetooth. You would also use this for your hands-free communication. Then you have your climate. So you have the little display for front and rear, and then your additional options. That's your Eco Heat Cool, and then your rear de-ice for the rear windshield. And then you also have a trip info. At the bottom is all of your general settings. So everything from your personal profile, Bluetooth, you've got notifications, Wi-Fi display, sound, media, info, security, apps, etc. Underneath that, climate control center. Dual climate control up front here allows the driver and front passenger to have their own unique temperature settings, or you can have everything synced up. There is different ways you can set up the sync so that everybody can make sure that they're in the perfect temperature at all times. As we said, you do have the controls for the rear. You can turn that off, you can turn it on, you can move it around. This way, everybody can be at the perfect temperature, and there's no worries about anybody being left out. You've got defrost for front and rear windshield, as well as side mirrors. Defrost for your rear windshield wiper blade, really useful in cold Canadian winters. Then you've got 3 variant levels for your heated seats for driver and front passenger. Underneath, you've got your push start ignition and your 4-ways. You've got this storage space that runs the whole way across your front dash. Has a little bit of a divider in the middle there, which means that if you put something into rest on the right-hand side and you hit a corner, it's not going to go sliding all the way out of your reach or vice versa. Just allows for lots of storage without too much movement of it. In the middle, you'll also find this little black pad glowing green dot. This is a wireless charging pad, compatible with all wireless charging devices. There's little bumpers on the sides and backs of it, and this has kind of an inbuilt lip, which means when you pop your phone in there, it's not going to go slip sliding all over the place, and you can still keep a clear line of sight to it for notifications coming in and out, and of course, never have to worry about your phone going dead, even if you don't have a charger cord with you. If you do, you've got plenty of charger options down below, including a 12-volt adapter, and then just general storage space down there as well. You've got your cup holders and gear shift, driving modes, so sport, normal, and eco, and then you've got your mud and sand to rock and dirt and normal. You've got your brakes there, traction control, snow, downhill assist. All the way in the back here is where you have your console space. So as you can see, it opens up here, independently moving tray here, and then you have additional chargers in the front end of it, and it goes quite deep down inside. Then looking up overhead, 1, 2, and 3 dots, those guys are garage door openers. Then you've got your sunglasses compartment. If you open it up, it also doubles as your little way of keeping an eye on all of your occupants. That way you don't have to be using your rear view mirror to keep an eye on your occupants. You can just pop this guy down, keep an eye on the road with this one, and the people with this one. Oop. On top of this, you've got overhead lighting control, SOS button, and the controls for the moonroof. Thanks again, folks, for joining us on this full video tour for this Toyota Highlander XSE in the color black. It is located here at Sherwood Park Toyota at 31 Automobile Road in Sherwood Park, Alberta. You can also reach us at 780-306-7703. And remember, life is full of choices. Let us be yours.